Applesauce, bitch.
What's up, everybody? My name's Choice.
I'm Tom.
And this is the Applesauce Podcast. Welcome to the first show.
First show.
Number one.
So exciting.
I know, isn't it? I have another podcast, the Upper Room Podcast, but Tom's been on a couple times, and we just decided to, do a podcast with just the two of us. Tom's got some views that aren't similar to most people. So
apparently, those views won the election, though.
Yeah.
And the majority of Congress, and the Senate, and the majority of the governor races, the majority of the houses. So apparently, I have a few people agree with me.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say there's a lot of misguided people.
Oh yeah, they're stupid. They don't have an opinion. They're misguided, obviously,
because they're voting for somebody who doesn't have those values. That's what I'm saying. They're voting for
their only option that represented those values.
I like how we started off
straight into it. This is going to be awesome. So to give you a little preview of what this is going to be like.
This is the rest of the show.
Yeah.
If you don't like it now.
We will geek out over some things and talk about some other stuff.
It's not going to be all politics.
No.
We're hoping it'll be less politics, because that's the thing that's, everybody's going crazy about right now.
And it should be civil because we're friends,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it'll get civil. We'll break out the swords later. The what do they call it?
I have a lightsaber.
The muskets.
Duel.
Yeah, 10 paces.
If you're a libertarian, you think that should be a legit thing again.
Who counted the paces? Did somebody count the paces?
Well, you count them together as you walk away.
That doesn't sound right.
You count like one, two. So both people count as they go.
They didn't have one. They should have had one person counting.
Like a moderator?
Yeah.
Like he counts?
Because there were people watching.
Okay, let me say this. I'm saying this from non-historical purposes, only seeing it during movies represented. So let me say that I'm not read up on this, but every time I see it in a movie, the two guys start back to back.
It doesn't look like they're counting though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but maybe I've seen one where they each count out loud.
I haven't seen any of them where they count.
Do they fire immediately when they turn, or do they wait?
That's what I don't know. There's a lot about dueling that seemed kind of one-sided.
One-sided?
Somebody could be really sneaky in it.
That's true, but they wouldn't have honor. They would have killed... The rest of the mob would have killed them afterwards.
Well, that's how everybody always wins in, those movies, is they trick the other guy. Like in Back to the Future, he wears the medal over his chest.
Oh, and that's how you...
And then, what was the one with Leonardo DiCaprio? It's the quickest alive or something like that. Or do you remember that movie with Gene Hackman was in it? Leonardo DiCaprio. It's about a Western town. It's a really old movie. What is it? I'm gonna look it up, because there was one where the guy, when they went to turn around, he ducked down and shot.
Yeah, that's a legitimate thing to do though, and not do it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you're not using you're just using yourself. You're not using any mechanism to have an advantage.
Who thought of that though? That's just so final. It's such a final argument.
It was noble. That was the gentleman way to resolve a difference at that time.
I know, but killing yourself, you couldn't just go in a boxing ring and just fight each other.
Yeah, but that wouldn't resolve the issue, because then the guy would still be there. He'd still be mad at you.
Yeah. I don't think anything's that serious that you have to kill somebody. Unless somebody killed one of your family members, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that was a reason.
No, it wasn't. I think, who was the president that died in a duel? Was it James Madison or something like that?
I thought it was Andrew Jackson.
No, it wasn't Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson didn't die from a duel. It was James Madison or James Adams. Was that one of them?
John Adams, you mean?
John Adams? Yeah, I think John Adams.
No, John Adams died, I think,
President,
when he was at his old age.
Let me look up, fuck that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. President
we've moved on.
In Duel.
While you're looking that up, go ahead.
I spelled duel wrong, I think.
I wouldn't know the difference. I can't spell worth crap.
Burr Hamilton. So Alexander Hamilton. Wasn't he a president, Alexander Hamilton? I can't fucking remember. He created the Fed, right?
Yeah, isn't he on the 20?
I believe so.
Isn't
Hamilton? No, that's Andrew Jackson.
Oh, is that in it? Well, Hamilton's isn't that the play?
We're failing at American history.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
This is really bad.
We love America.
America's really great. I honestly love America.
I just don't know its history.
I know bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know the whole. I don't go to school for.
You ever watch history. Those YouTube videos that like common things thought about history?
Common things thought.
So like it'll be like 10 things commonly thought about history that are not true.
Like okay, yeah.
So they'll go through things like say like misconceptions. You ever watch any of those videos?
No, I've never seen them.
No, I don't have cable, so I watch a lot
example?
I can't think of one off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, he mortally wounded Alexander Hamilton. Who the fuck is Alexander Hamilton? I can't remember who the fuck this guy is.
There was one president that continued a speech after he got shot.
Yeah, was that McKinley?
I think so. It was a fat president.
He got
like I didn't realize he had so much fat and like Taft. Yeah, he was Taft, the one. Yeah, right? Yeah, he got shot. I think it was like twice.
Did you hear the story about him not being able to fit in the White House bathtub?
Oh yeah. So did you ever see that picture of them in the tub?
Yeah. They had to replace it. I think you
yeah. Showed it. There's 4 guys that installed it, and all of them fit in it together. So that's a famous photo.
That's funny. So what are we here to do today? We're going to talk about pole dancing becoming an Olympic sport, right?
Yeah, I saw a little blurb on that. I thought it'd be something cool to start with. Yeah,
I had so many thoughts about this, and I think it's kind of it's one of those things that opens up Pandora's box, if you know what I mean. Because it's like, is there going to be an age limit for the pole dancing?
Well, there's an age limit already. You have to be You have to have turned 16 in the year of the Olympics.
But is that? So you're gonna a 16-year-old girl is gonna be able to pole dance?
Essentially, I mean, everything's open for her country. Essentially, yeah. If you won pole dancing for your country,
so these girls, are they gonna be trained? Like the gymnastics girls train all of their lives to get to the Olympics.
Yeah, but
my point is, like, are girls gonna train all of their lives to be pole dancers?
No, but I think it'll probably be I could see it branching off of something like gymnastics because the athletic ability that you would need to do that on a competition level would be very similar to that. So I could see them trying to.
And then too, are dudes gonna do it? So they're gonna have a man and a female. A male and a female.
But they have gymnastic stuff that men do that women don't, and women do that men don't.
Like what?
So like the rings?
The ribbon dancing?
No.
Oh, the rings? I thought the women do the rings. The women don't do the rings?
No, they do the lateral bars, but they don't do the rings because women usually don't have... some women could probably do it, but in terms of competition, the average woman doesn't have that upper body strength to compete on that level, where the men do because they have much smaller lower bodies.
Yeah.
You have to be able to flip over a whole bunch of times. And
right.
So there's that, and then there's the that balance beam. You don't see the dudes do that because dudes are too top heavy when they get muscular.
Oh yeah,
and they can't balance.
I'm sure they could. There's some dudes
whereas women are heavier on their bottom, like they build muscle on the lower part of the. So they can do that balance beam thing, but men can't really do it. I mean, I'm sure there's some guys who could do it, but on a competition level. So there are things that men do that women do, and women do that men don't.
Yeah, it's still a gray area. I feel like it's like there all this stuff came out about the the Olympics girls getting molested and stuff like that. I just feel like it's another one of those sports where like.
That could happen.
It is like the coaches are just going to be like creeps that like get into it just to be around the girls.
Another thing I think with this is like the Olympics, the popularity of it has declined drastically over the past 40 years.
So they need to spice it up with some
spice
TNA.
It, or they just want a story. I could see them running this and then eventually making a decision. No, we don't want this, just to get people interested.
How many strippers are going to start training for the Olympics?
Have you ever seen one of the competitions?
Pole dancing competition?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They have full legit. Yeah. On stage, it's in an arena. I stumbled upon it one day. I forget what I was watching. I think it was in a hotel room, and I was just
Is it one big pole in the middle of the arena?
No, it's not in the middle. It's up on the stage, and so they do other stuff too. They have an entire dance routine. That's not just just on the pole.
It's multiple people doing.
No, it's one competitor, but there's multiple multiple things they do. They don't just on the pole. So it's an entire
it's like a
dance
dog show
routine.
Where the dogs walk up the steps and then they jump through the hoops. And
I wouldn't compare it to that, but I guess, yeah. But I mean, I was at first I was oh wow, women dancing on a pole. Okay, let me watch this for a minute. I was damn, I've
been to a strip club before.
Yeah, but I mean,
it works.
A strip club is just them.
Some of the girls are really good at it.
Some of them are very good. Now times that by 20.
Is it that much of a
it was very impressive. I was like, how could they make a competition out of this? And I watched it for about like 20, 30 minutes.
And what are the moves? Like, what are the recurring moves? Like, what do you like? You know how they have like a triple flip or something?
I mean, they were doing stuff like that. The pole goes drastically higher than like a normal strip club.
Oh, God. It sounds like somebody's going to die. That's what it sounds like.
But I mean, it's all to, like multiple music numbers and stuff like that. Like similar to how the gymnastics is done. Like they have a full music number. They have a full routine that they're doing.
I feel like this is so stupid.
I know.
It's going to be very popular.
That or it's just.
Why don't they have a show for it already, though? I mean, you would think they don't have a gymnastics show. But pole dancing scene like that.
They have championships and stuff. It's just not televised.
Yeah.
I think it is on some level though.
On ESPN 8, ESPN
Ocho. The Ocho. Paul Rudd is announcing for them.
That was Jason Bateman.
Was that okay? That was Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm horrible.
You'll get it. He'll get into the swing of it. So Walking Dead has a new season. I had no idea.
I was about to ask you, have you caught up on this?
No, I haven't caught up on it. I mean, who has the time?
Well, if you watch it week to week and not just wait until it's all over.
I mean, there were other things on. I had other things going on. I don't know. I'm just making excuses.
Yeah, I know.
But like after I forget when I kind of like got out of sync with it, but it was right around I think season 6 is when you told me like when they met the dude with the tiger. Eli, is that his name?
That was, Eli. I think King Eli, yeah.
Yeah, it was King something.
Yeah, so it slowed down drastically then. Yeah. And I could tell why.
They're like beating the shit out of Daryl. And I felt like the opener was like so traumatic, maybe. that
Really?
With Abraham and Glenn. That was the season.
Oh, yeah, that was... well, they stopped they hadn't killed anybody. And so that was the season 6 closer. And then we opened at that same scene.
So I saw part of season 7.
Did you saw who died? At the
I saw Glenn and
Glenn. Okay, so yeah, you've watched up to season 7 then.
Yeah.
So see, it's probably season 7 that you fall off because it was hard to get through season 7. I mean, it was slow.
Yeah.
I read somewhere online season 7 happened over 19 days, so it felt like it took forever to do anything in season 7.
They filmed it over 19 days.
No, it took place over 19 days.
Okay.
And so that. I think I was having a hard time, like week to week. It was just every episode was just so slow.
Yeah. And, I know, like Daryl was trying to he was like, they put him in prison.
Yeah, not the governor. Negan had him locked up. He was trying to convince him to come over to his side. That was like part of his plan.
Don't tell me everything. I guess I'll catch up eventually. So the season 8 just premiered.
Yeah, it just premiered last Sunday.
Okay.
So
I guess probably by the next time we do the show, I'll be caught up.
One thing I do want to say, which doesn't give away anything of that, is I feel like they're setting up for Rick to die this season. So a few things happened, and
I think the guy wants off the season. He wants off the show, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah, I think he's kind of done with it. I mean, done it for 8 years, and with all the promotional stuff you have to do, you can't really do anything else.
Yeah.
So I could understand that he wanted to be off the show. Have you caught up on South Park?
No. I'm behind on that too. I saw the last preview yesterday where they all get in a car to go somewhere.
I haven't seen that. I don't have cable, so I don't see like the previews. Like I go just watch them fresh, and I don't see the next week's preview.
It comes on like at a weird time, so I'm just like
it's an odd time. 10:30 on Wednesdays, I think.
I need like a time where I just need a DVR, I guess.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, do you have cable?
Yeah, I have cable.
So, you know what pisses me off is they charge you a DVR service.
Yeah, well, it's like $20 extra for a DVR.
Yeah, but the DVR, there's no service. They just give you a box.
I should just get a cable tuner is what I should do. You just put a cable tuner in and you can record off of a computer.
What do you call it? Plex will do that for you too.
Okay.
So you could set up a Plex server, and then Plex has HD tuners that they have that they support. So you can plug in the HD tuner and then download the guide.
Nice.
And you can set it to record stuff, and it'll automatically drop it into your media server. So it'll just show up as new shows and stuff.
That's what I need. I need that and time to set that up.
Yeah. I started setting that up, and then, life got in the way.
Yeah.
I kind of had a job.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
And then we went to Europe, and just completely fucked everything up. I'm just now getting back to... Holy crap. That was going to fall. Yeah. And then I had to move. In addition to that, right after I got back, I had to move.
You closed on the house like
Yeah, like 2 days later, 2 or 3 days later.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's been a wild month.
Was it just 1 month?
A month and a half. I've lost track. It felt like it's been like 2 days.
Honestly, that's crazy. We got back on September 29th. It's only been a month since we got back from Europe.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel like forever?
Yeah, it feels like it's been like 3 or 4 months.
I'm still cracking up at that trip, though. It was a crazy trip.
It was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah. Like I had a terrible amount of fun on that.
A terrible amount of fun?
It was very touch and go. The last leg of it was really rough. I didn't expect to drink that much. Let me say, it's been a while since I've been that fucked up on beer. Like, usually I can't drink enough of it to get me like that drunk, and wow. And then we lost you. You just disappeared one night. For one night, I don't know. Like I said, I think that beer was spiked or something. Well, I was drinking the same beer. Well, I mean, you're a bit bigger than I am, so
not by much.
I drank probably the same amount.
Yeah, I think so. Did you have a single one?
Stein.
Yeah, but were you one of the people that ordered, like, there was a couple of you, I don't remember which one, ordered just the like a little bit, like a half Stein.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember that night. No, I honestly can't remember.
You can't remember that night? What was the last part you do remember? I literally cannot recall. What part do you remember? Like, do you remember leaving the beer hall?
I remember general things. I remember us being there at the hall, and then I remember us leaving. And then I don't remember anything after that. Like I remember the last thing I remember, like after that is like I guess I kind of remember like losing you guys and having to figure out stuff. So I went on that train. I got on the train to try to get back to the hotel, which you didn't really need to do. Like, it was only a 20-minute walk. Well, that's what I didn't know. I didn't know where I was.
But you didn't punch it into your phone?
That's what I did. I wasn't cognizant of that. I mean, I didn't have the capacity to do that.
That's why I wasn't like... Because at first I was kind of worried. I was like, oh shit. Because we just like crossed the street and I looked behind me and you're gone. I was literally so drunk I didn't have control of like any... Like, I couldn't think properly. That fucked up?
Yes. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like, I've never been... I've been that drunk before, yeah, once or twice.
I don't think I've ever been drunk enough to where I couldn't remember the next day.
Yeah, I like there's parts of it I don't remember.
I function drunk. Like,
and then Amsterdam too. There were parts of it I don't remember all the way.
Yeah, that night.
Yeah,
the night.
Yeah, that was a crazy night too.
That was a crazy night.
Yeah. I felt like we didn't do enough in Amsterdam, but.
Yeah, well, the part of the kind of not disappointed, but like Amsterdam, that area that we were in, that like city center area, is very touristy.
Yeah,
and so it's like I didn't feel like I felt like I was in New York or something like that, like a small area. I didn't feel like that. So it's like, well,
I mean, there were shops like everywhere.
There were shops, but I didn't feel like I had like seen Dutch culture.
No, I don't even think they have culture.
Yeah, but outside of it, they just got rid of it. They were like, oh,
the only thing they have is Vikings. That's
Nordic.
Didn't the Dutch do Viking too?
No, I think that's just Scandinavian countries.
No, they had Beowulf, right? Then isn't that from the Netherlands? Beowulf was a Dutch.
Was it?
Or Danish? Are Danish and Dutch the same thing?
I don't think so. They are.
Are they not?
Danish and Dutch.
I feel like they are. I mean, you don't have to look that up if you want to.
Well, yeah, I never connected to your Wi-Fi with this, so this is kind of worthless for me.
Yeah, I'm not giving the internet my password, so. I'd tell
that would be really, really funny if you just said it out loud. Yeah, I work at IT security.
It's only the one password I use for that, though. It's been the same.
I'm surprised you keep your, on a technology thing, you keep your SID broadcasting, though.
Yeah.
I find that interesting that you let the SID broadcast.
Yeah, I really don't care.
I like keeping my hidden.
As long as it's, I don't know. I just do the minimal to get on the internet. I
do the minimal security
exactly.
Possible.
I set it up and forget it. That's it.
Or do you go through the Linksys, quick guide?
You know why? Like when I set it up, I've had that router for like since 2011, maybe 2011 probably. I had some roommates at the time, and one of the roommates got mad at everybody and kicked everybody off of the Wi-Fi.
I knew where that was going.
So I had to hook up another router and broadcast it. And like for like the longest time, my SSID was Jason as a dick. because that was the guy that kicked us off.
Why don't you just go reset the router?
Because it was like a battle with him, you know. Like I tried to do that, and then he reset it again. It was in his room, so that was the problem. I was like,
I mean, if someone did that to me, every day I'd come home and reset the router.
It just was I just like I got,
and then I'd hide the power cord.
I got, she cut it in half. But anyways, enough about my roommate's story. Let's talk about I guess we didn't talk about South Park at all. I saw the one episode where what was the most recent one I saw? I can't remember.
Didn't we watch one in Amsterdam?
Did we?
I think we watched an episode.
Yeah, what was that one? What happened? Do you remember?
Wasn't it Tweek and Craig Craig. It had to do with some part of storyline where they were gay.
Yeah, I know that, but
I can't remember what they actually accomplished though in the episode.
It was, I want to say there was a song involved. It was about wasn't it about like it was making fun of like Trumpers or something like that. Last thing I remember.
I think everything's about no.
No. It was honestly about.
Yeah, I think I remember something about that. They weren't very specific though. They kind of fell off of that. Like
yeah, they said they were going to try to stay away from it this season.
Really?
Yeah, like intentionally.
Intentionally stay away from most politics.
Yeah, because they said it was just so hard to make fun of it. Like you said, the reality was like crazier than what they could come up with.
I feel also that they kind of screwed themselves with like making Garrison Donald Trump. Like then at some point, like you never really have the character, or you can never really have the character.
Well, if they try it, I think they just wanted to stay away from lawsuits from Donald Trump, because they actually had Donald Trump in another episode. Remember, it was like Where My Country Gone, where he goes up to Canada to fight like the Canadian president, and it's Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's the Canadian president?
Yeah, but it's like a Canadian dude like dressed up as Donald Trump.
It was Donald Trump.
But it's supposed to be Donald Trump. And I think they did that because they didn't want any...
They didn't want him suing. But, I mean, they make fun of everybody else. They have everyone else in it. So how would that lawsuit...
Well, I mean, like, back to the Scientology episode, nobody took credit for the episode.
But they still did it, though.
They did it, but yeah, they didn't take credit. I think they just wanted to avoid that.
The lawyers are like, we really don't want to work this hard.
They're like, we really don't want to repeat of the Scientology incident.
That is my favorite South Park episode. I absolutely love the Scientology episode.
I like that one. I do like that one a lot. I like the baseball one. Where
it's America.
The kids don't want to play baseball, but the parents want them to keep playing.
These kids are having the time of their lives. Oh God, I'm so bored.
I thought this was America, huh? Let's talk about Kaspersky.
I was taking a look at that before we came over here. What do you think about that?
I think it's totally within reason
that they're
agents of the KGB. It doesn't make sense. Like any Russian, I guess, kind of business owner has some ties to they have to have some ties to the KGB.
I don't fully believe that. I can believe that they could have infiltrated the company. The owner itself, the general corporation, I think could actually believe that they're not that. But I could see that the KGB had well, the KGB doesn't really exist. FSB.
But I think didn't the owner of Kaspersky have ties to the KGB?
Like he originally worked for them,
or like he knew, like was affiliated with them in some way or shape or form. Like one of his friends maybe knew Vladimir Putin or something like that. I feel like it's in the article. But I'm saying, like, if you know somebody, like, if you're close friends with somebody that...
Well, okay, we can't say KGB, because KGB doesn't exist anymore. It's the FSB.
Well, whatever.
So it's the FSB, though. So,
but it's like rebranding the NFL or something. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I heard that, too. I wonder if that showed up
I have headphones on.
Yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting. This is rare that somebody else can hear stuff like that. I think the audio is playing through the audio interface.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, Kaspersky Labs.
Oh, it's routing back. I get it now.
Yeah. Who's the guy that owns Kaspersky?
I forget his name.
But funny enough, the government had put them on all of their.
The government put out a thing a little while ago telling everyone to remove that software.
Yeah.
And they had actually worked with Symantec.
But they had it on there for a while, I believe, right?
What do you mean?
Up until the last year. Kaspersky was... I remember people telling...
I used to use Kaspersky a long time ago. It was one of the best.
Yeah. That's why
for like spyware and stuff. They were one of the best.
I wonder why though. Who was creating all of the spyware? Russians. Do you see?
We have the scam of the century. We'll create a whole bunch of and then ours will be the only one that get rid of it.
Dude, I'm looking at this. It's funny. Robots can be racist, but scientists may have found a way to change their minds. That's such a weird.
That doesn't make sense whatsoever. The robot could be racist.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Robots can have bias, right? Can't you build bias into machines?
I can see the robot taking. What do you call it?
This is getting really weird, isn't it?
No. It's getting weird, but I could see a robot taking data at face value.
Eugene Kaspersky. This is the guy. We're proud to keep protecting people against cyber threats, no matter false allegations in the U.S. media. Doesn't that sound like a KGB or F? What the fuck ever?
KGB doesn't exist anymore. That's
I know,
the thing.
but
KGB was at the Soviet Union.
The people that were in the KGB still exist.
Yeah, they. So was he a KGB?
Vladimir Putin was.
Well, that I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
But your business relies firmly on user trust. Is headquartered close to the Kremlin to boot. Words may evidently not be enough. Hence, Kaspersky announcing a raft of transparency. Yeah. So they were going to release their code.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good step. I mean, it's hard to make that claim when.
What are the odds that that's what's going to get installed on your computer?
That's true, but I mean, someone can make a third-party verification.
Yeah, that's still like too much.
But see, that's what I think is like. You could also have someone intercepting or people working within that company that work for the FSB, but not
FSB.
FSB, yeah, so that work for.
Scott Matheson.
I'm Scott Matheson. I have diabetes. That could work for the FSB and. Like not necessarily be a part of that corporation though, like a goal of that corporation.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying.
Because I think that would be too easily uncovered if he truly was in like cahoots with the FSB. That
Vladimir.
Who?
Vladimir?
No, Eugene.
Oh, he's in cahoots with Vladimir.
I think anybody in Russia is.
That's what I'm saying. You're just making my point.
but the idea that you support your president doesn't necessarily mean that
I think it does. Well, when the president's goal is to completely fuck over the rest of the world.
That's our president's goal too.
Well, yeah, I know, and we're a part of it.
Yeah, but you don't like say, okay, let me go work for the CIA. If the CIA knocked on your door and said, hey, we'd like you to, do this malicious software or whatever, you're not just going to say okay because you support our country.
Right.
So just because they do that doesn't necessarily mean...
But that's what they're supposed to do, or he kills you.
That's true.
We do that too, though.
What?
We kill people. Yeah, we just whack people. Whack off people.
I don't think we do that.
Yeah, you do.
On a regular basis.
Tell me you don't think the Clintons kill people.
Oh, the Clintons?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, we're talking CIA versus the Clintons.
Well, the CIA knocks people off. We did that to...
Yeah, but I don't think they do it like willy-nilly, like people like, to like a American that just doesn't want to participate in a covert operation.
They do that.
It's like,
they send people to Guantanamo.
I don't know. But the Clintons were in charge
of
it, yeah.
I've heard there's been political prisoners.
Do you see those where Clinton Foundation took payments from... Russia to
the uranium one thing. What do you think about that? I feel like that's like, I don't know. I feel like it's like one of those things to counteract the narrative of Russian collusion with the Trump campaign.
Well, I mean, there's actually proof. I mean, the organization
so they said they were going to promise Russia 20% of U.S. uranium.
They already own 20%. It's not promising. They sold them 20%, but the Clinton Foundation took over like $3 million from the organization that wanted to purchase it in order for...
and the organization was Russian affiliated.
Yes, in the Clinton Foundation. That charity that closed down a week after she lost the election.
Right.
So, I mean, you have real allegations here. I mean, it's been a year for Trump.
She's not the president. That's what I'm saying. She's just a regular fucking person now that nobody's gonna vote for.
But she was taking bribes as a Secretary of State.
Right, yeah, find somebody that's gonna prosecute this.
Well, I mean, but
what's worse, a president that's in office
proof,
right now? Yes, there is. They just had the guy, one of the who was it? One of the lawyers, I think, for Cambridge Analytica, I think, wanted to send emails to try to collude with Russia.
What do you mean by tried to collude with Russia?
Like it sent emails to try to. Oh, he tried to get the emails that. Actually, no, he tried to get the emails that WikiLeaks had.
Oh, so he contacted Julian Assange.
Right, but Julian Assange was working with Russian hackers to get those emails.
To get those emails, yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of like he's just the middleman, essentially.
That's true. I mean, to me, I don't see that as collusion with Russia, though. Like
that's like it's not directly. It's like it's like indirectly colluding with Russia, though.
Yeah, it's indirectly. I mean, had they got those emails, I mean, she would be in jail, though. Like, had they got those emails and released them?
I don't think they already did release them, though.
What, the 30,000 ones that were deleted? He didn't release those.
I thought they got like 40,000 of them. Didn't they release 40,000 emails during the campaign from John Podesta?
Yeah, but there was like another 30 that were deleted.
Yeah, she deleted from her server.
Yeah, those were never released. Yeah. And so they were reaching out to him to see if if they had found those 30,000.
I just think it's not like that's kind of beside the point when you have a current president in office that has potentially colluded with them. He has business ties with Russia. Like he has like there's all kinds of ethical.
A lot of people have business ties with Russia.
There's all kinds of like ethical violations though that Trump is.
But is a business tie an ethical violation?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
doing business in another country.
Well, no, all presidents are supposed to but like give the handling of their business over to a blind trust, which he hasn't done yet.
But the sons handle everything. But there's nothing constitutionally that says you absolutely have to do that, though.
I think that there's the Logan Act, which says you can't receive gifts or have any business with other foreign countries when you're president. I think because he gave it over to his son, he doesn't have any day-to-day activities. He just owns it. He hasn't fully given up control of it, though, is what I'm saying.
Is he doing day-to-day activities with him?
He's getting updates daily. I know that from his sons.
On the business dealings of the... yeah. That's a really gray area. Then
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, do you have somebody that's making decisions based off of his business...
But this is the thing. If it's that open, then if he was doing deals in Russia that were questionable,
it's not Russia. It's everywhere. But I mean, yeah.
But if you were doing deals that were questionable, they would all be open, though.
I don't think Congress should do anything. I don't think they're doing anything about it now.
Yeah, but you have like 70% of the journalists on this planet hate him and would pull up anything that existed.
I think 70% of Republicans hate him. They're just on his side because he's like the most popular thing right now.
They're on his side because they don't have a choice.
Once he gets unpopular, they're going to turn against him.
Well, they just don't have a choice at the moment.
So what do you think about this Jeff Flake guy coming out and I guess he's not running for office anymore? He's going to like run out his term.
This is the Arizona guy, right?
Yeah, Jeff Flake.
Yeah, this guy's funny.
Why is he funny?
Because he's gonna lose his election. So instead of just running for re-election,
you think he's gonna lose? That's why he said he's not gonna run again.
Yeah, that's why he's not running again. And so he made some bullshit speech about falling on a sword to stop the party from Trump and everything. It's like, no, you were gonna lose your election, and you just want to make it look good. Like when
why would he renounce Trump? Why wouldn't he embrace? Because why wouldn't he just embrace Trump if he had the option to win? Because he's standing by principles, right? Because wouldn't it just be easy to just embrace Trump? I'm just saying he could easily say, Trump.
But I don't think that's not going to win him an election, though.
I think it would.
No, it wouldn't, because people are going to vote based on his record there, and he's become less conservative over time. I forget not agency, but I forget the.
But group Trump is not even conservative. That's the thing that bugs me about like all this stuff.
He's not, but we're
Trump
talking about him.
Trump is not even conservative.
No, he's not a conservative.
So I mean, like I think conservatism that's the word, right? Conservatism.
You can say that, yeah. Conservative movement or conservatism
has no bearing on anybody's vote anymore. It's just like this budget that they're passing.
I agree. I disagree completely with that.
Yeah.
I think you look at that people voted for Trump because they like Trump.
Exactly.
People voted for Trump because he became the nominee.
Yeah.
Let's say he never got more than 30% of the Republican Party. That's all. It's just so happened.
I don't think he did.
He never did. And so the rest of the people that voted for him voted on basically one or two issues that he said he would do.
He had a good amount of Democrats come over, though, from the swing states.
He did.
Like Pennsylvania, Michigan,
yeah.
Didn't he win Wisconsin?
He won Wisconsin, yeah.
That was just like crazy.
And
that's always gone blue.
Virginia didn't, I think.
Did he win Virginia?
Maybe not Virginia. I thought there was one more. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin.
Ohio.
Well, yeah, but that's not necessarily out of the question. Like Bush won Ohio,
but that's a purple state, I believe.
Yeah, that's always a swing state.
Yeah,
no Republican has ever won the White House without it.
Pennsylvania.
I swear there was one more that was like flipped that I thought was really crazy. Like, wow, he actually was able to flip that one.
Nevada or
Michigan? I think it was Michigan, wasn't it? Michigan, Wisconsin.
I thought we said Michigan.
Did we? Oh, so there was 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was those 3 up there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like those 3. Pennsylvania surprised.
We're like the ones that everybody was waiting on at the end of the night.
Yeah. The fact that you had to wait on those was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a crazy part of it. That was a crazy night to watch how it all kind of flipped.
Yeah. To watch the.
Do you think he flipped a lot of people, or do you think a lot of people just stayed home?
I thought a lot of people were just angry. That's what they were saying is like it was a kind of a rebuke of Washington in general. Like they didn't want anybody that had been in Washington forever. Like anybody that's been in there long had kind of just put a bad taste in people's mouths.
Yeah, I can see that why that like the people who weren't necessarily Republican that voted for him. I could say.
But coming around to the next election, I don't know if it's going to be that way. Do you know what I mean?
think it will. I actually think he'll win 2020.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
because the left keeps going down this route.
No, he's like taking away healthcare. He's like stalling on.
He took away healthcare?
Well, he's trying to take away healthcare. He had the executive order to stop funding for Obamacare, which is why that's going to affect people's pocketbooks directly.
Yeah, but I mean that was something that he ran on though, that he's trying to do.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think people got that though.
What?
I think they thought it was. I don't think
you thought that the person that said I want to remove Obamacare is not going to remove Obamacare.
I think they didn't really grasp the whole totality of what his platform was. You know what I mean? Like when somebody like.
But it was just a Republican platform. I mean, he didn't have his own platform. He just jumped on board.
Like I
with
said,
the Republicans.
I think it was more anger against Washington than the actual Donald Trump's platform. You know
he didn't really have a platform, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just a Republican platform, and everyone knows what the Republican platform was.
That's what I'm saying. He was saying the right stuff, but people.
I mean, they knew what they were voting for.
People were just more angry. I don't think they.
The idea that people are ignorant when they go to the voting box is something that really, really bothers me. That we try to explain.
I think it's like one or two things that they
results.
vote on, though. I don't think they think of everything. You know what I mean?
That they think of an ideology at one time.
It's like one or two things they vote on. It's like, all right, I don't like. I think my taxes are too high, and I want jobs. Or something like that. You know what I mean? This guy's promising those 2 things, so I'm going to vote for that guy.
I can see a small minority.
But as far as like the healthcare like getting taken away, I don't think they grasp those concepts fully. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think
the majority of people grasp how healthcare works.
I don't think the majority of people are stupid and can't grasp the concept of healthcare.
I wouldn't say they're stupid. I would just say they're
like the thing that really, really bothers me is when people try to.
I wouldn't say stupid versus misinformed. You know what I mean?
But
you can be smart but misinformed.
But you're saying that of everything that they absorbed, that they couldn't look at it and make the decision they thought was best.
They did make the decision in their mind what they thought was best.
But it's not the decision you thought should be made, so they had bad information.
Not necessarily.
You think that they looked at it and said, well, the guy who wants to get rid of Obamacare. Not necessarily.
I think they just saw half of the picture. They didn't see the whole picture.
What half, though?
That's what I'm saying. The taxes and the jobs. That's the half of the picture.
But he was saying the whole time, I want to get rid of Obamacare.
If you cover this up and only see this, you're missing those.
It's not like he never
there.
talked about the healthcare issue, though. It's not like we went this whole election.
They didn't really. It was more just insults toward the middle of the campaign.
But he would say all the time, we're going to get rid of Obamacare. Hillary Clinton would stand up there and say, Obamacare's failing, but we're going to put more government into it.
No, he would say we're going to get rid of Obamacare. I'm going to make it better. It's going to be free and it's going to be better. That's what he
said. It would be better. Yeah.
He said I can make it better. That's what he was saying. I can make Obamacare better.
No, he was saying that I was going to make
exactly
healthcare
what he
better.
said. I don't know why you're defending Trump right now.
I'm defending the concept that people are not stupid when they go to the voting box because they vote for something other than someone wants.
If they get lied to,
this is the left-wing idea.
No, if they believe everything at face value, then they're getting lied to.
Because do you believe that with me?
What?
I want Obamacare completely gone.
But you're not saying. You want Obamacare completely gone. You don't want Obamacare made better. If somebody told
I feel that the big government program.
If somebody told you we're going to keep Obamacare but make it better. That's what Donald Trump was saying during the election. No,
he's saying we were going to get rid of it.
No, he said we're going to make it better. He said we're going to get rid of Obamacare.
You got to find that audio clip for next time.
I'm just saying he was saying he was promising people the world. He said, "We're gonna fix Obamacare."
I want you to find me an audio clip where he says, "I am going to fix Obamacare."
Okay,
that's the audio clip I want to hear,
and that will change your mind.
That I'm going to fix healthcare. I can understand him saying that, but the idea that he said we're going to take Obamacare and fix Obamacare.
That's after he found out it was unpopular.
What?
To get rid of Obamacare.
I want to hear that clip.
Okay.
I want to hear
right.
a clip of him saying that, because I don't ever remember him supporting Obamacare and just saying we're going to fix Obamacare. I've heard him say we're going to fix healthcare. We're going to make healthcare better. But the idea that he was just going to keep Obamacare in place and then make it better, I don't remember him ever saying that. Now, I didn't listen to him all the time, but I don't remember him making that type of statement. Now, I do remember him saying that we're going to have healthcare for everybody. That was very early on.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's Obamacare.
No, that's socialized medicine. But he backtracked
That's
on
what
that.
Obamacare is,
That was
though.
before he had the nomination, though.
Irregardless of that fact.
But he said many times after that something different.
So you agree with Trump's stance on healthcare?
No, I don't agree with it. That's why he didn't vote for him.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I voted for the person
Do you
that was...
think he lied during the campaign about healthcare?
No.
No, why? Because I can't find that clip right now.
No.
That's the only reason. So if I play that clip, you would say that he lied about healthcare.
I believe Trump believes what he is saying when he says it.
Do you really, though?
The concept that he is...
You don't think he's a pathological liar?
I think he believes what he is saying.
You think Trump believes what he's saying?
Yes, when he says it...
That is insane.
I believe...
Do you realize what you're saying right now?
I agree. This is why he didn't get my vote.
You think Trump believes what he's saying?
I believe
you don't
when
think
he
Trump's
says
a pathological liar?
When he says it, I believe he believes himself.
You know
when
there's
he
a
says
difference between marketing and telling the truth.
Yes, but I don't believe later on. I believe he changes his mind. But when he says something stupid at the moment,
oh my god, I don't even know what you're saying right now. That doesn't even make any sense. He believes it at the time, and then changes his mind.
The idea that he never said he wasn't going to get rid of Obamacare.
A 71-year-old man.
But no. The idea that he never said he wasn't going to get rid of Obamacare is ludicrous.
He said that he's gonna make it better.
He said that he would replace Obamacare
and make it better. How is he gonna make it better?
I don't know. We never got rid of Obamacare, so we can't get something else in.
We had what we had before.
What?
We had the healthcare plans that we had before.
But he could get in there and get more. They
can't even get anything passed now. No. It's a Republican-controlled Congress.
That's the Senate. That's a disappointment of McCain and I forget the senator's name from West Virginia and stuff. That when we had the opportunity to get rid of it, they didn't take it.
You don't think
he'll
Trump
sign anything?
I don't know.
They put it to a vote. I mean, he would have signed it if they had sent it to his desk. Remove Obamacare. He would have signed it.
I'll find that clip for next time because I'm not finding it right now. But I swear.
Are you talking about the specific clip that he says we're going to have free healthcare for all?
Let's see.
Or are we talking about a clip where he said I'm going to fix Obamacare?
What's the difference between fixing it and getting rid of it? He said he's going to keep it, right? Make it better. That's a lie. Oh, you can hear this, right?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh God, this is like a commercial. We're not promoting them.
Get free commercial on your podcast.
Fuck that.
On the podcast, that'd be funny.
All right, let's hear. Let's hear what we got. I don't remember if this is before or after he got elected.
I am going to take care of everybody.
The uninsured person,
right,
is going to be taken care of.
They're going to be taken care of.
How?
I would make a deal with existing hospitals to take.
This is very early on. I remember this one.
The government's going to pay for it, but we're going to save so much money on the other side.
Premiums are surging.
This is pre-nomination.
Leaving. Insurers are fleeing, doctors are quitting, and deductibles are going through the roof. We're going to repeal it. We're going to replace it. We have so many unbelievable.
We're going to repeal it. We're going to replace it. He said that over and over and over.
Much less expensive.
We're going to repeal it.
Great health care. Much lower deductibles.
Save Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security without cuts. Have to do it. I'm not going to cut Social Security like everyone.
That came late though. Like he
okay, so this is what I'm saying. We're going to repeal it and replace it. So what part of that
came late? That came late in the campaign. That was October. 2016.
So the person that was going into the voting box, though, how did they not know what he was going to do? That his intention was to repeal it first and then replace it.
But he didn't have a plan in front of him. He was lying to them.
How is he lying to them?
He was just saying it out of thin air. We're going to come up with this plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. Instead of saying here's how we're going to do it, he just said we're going to do it.
We're going to repeal it and then we're going to replace it.
He just said it. He just pulled it out of his ass. He pulled just words out of his ass. They've
been saying that forever, though.
I know, but
it's part of a Republican platform.
It's an empty promise, though.
It is an empty promise because all of a sudden...
How is that not lying?
Well, it turned out to be an empty promise.
How is that not lying?
He gave it every opportunity.
That's lying.
It's not lying because he cannot repeal it.
It's lying.
It's not lying.
It is lying.
Because had they passed, he would have signed it and it would have been repealed.
It's just I don't know. There's a difference.
Can he just repeal it with his pen?
It's binary choice. You're either telling the truth or you're not telling the truth.
But he's doing everything he can to repeal it without Congress. Congress won't act and do it and won't put the bill in front of him. And so now he's signing executive orders.
But he's not making it better. How is he making it? He's making it worse.
He's getting rid of the horrible shit first. You can't make it better until you can't clean up the room until you get the shit out first.
I don't know.
You can't start cleaning the room when it's...
I'm not sure why you're defending him. It's weird because you didn't vote for him or don't care for him.
I didn't vote for him. The idea that... I'm defending the concept that you are saying that voters did not understand what he was saying.
I don't think they did. I don't think they grasped it.
I don't think voters are that ignorant. That is what you're saying. The left always uses this argument that if they would only understand our argument, then they would have. And they're just ignorant to the issues. I believe some people That's why they voted for the Republicans.
Some people are susceptible to, people that are smooth talking. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're ignorant. I'm just saying they got the wool pulled over their eyes. You're saying they're ignorant. No, I'm saying
that they couldn't look at the issues and make a proper decision.
I'm saying
you're saying that the majority of those voters.
I'm saying they heard one thing and they thought that was true, and then they're getting something completely different. It happens all the time. You're not stupid for falling for a con. You just got duped. You see what I'm saying? I'm not calling them stupid. I'm saying
I feel like
they got played a fool.
I feel if this election happened in a time span of like a couple weeks, then yes, you could get duped. But this happened over the course of a fucking year.
They got caught up in the hysteria. It happens all the time. My friend said Avatar was a great movie.
It was an okay movie.
Exactly. That's hysteria.
Yeah, but I've never met someone who's like, I've never met the group that thinks it's great though.
Exactly. I've met those people.
That think it's a great movie?
They thought
groups of people though. Have you been talking about movies and like someone's like Avatar? Does that come up all the time?
After the fact that it was hype, because I was like, this movie's all right. It's not that great because he saw it like 4 or 5 times
in the theater.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, it's such a great movie, and I was like, you like it because everybody's likes it right now. But when it was in theaters, I didn't know anybody. That's not the point. I'm saying once it calms down, you come to reality. You come back to your senses. And you figure out, in hindsight, maybe that wasn't a great movie. Do you get my analogy?
I get your analogy with that one. The idea that Donald Trump was only...
You're not stupid for thinking Avatar is a great movie.
Yeah, you're stupid.
No,
if you thought Avatar was a great movie, you were an idiot.
I don't believe that.
If you thought Avatar was a great movie, you're an idiot.
Then you're the liberal in this scenario.
Why?
Because I don't think the person that likes Avatar is stupid. That went and saw Avatar, thought it was a great movie, is stupid. I think they got caught up in hysteria.
I saw that movie and I'm like, why do people like this? I think
they just got caught up in the hysteria. That's just what I think happened.
And to me, that's the stupid person that got caught up in that hysteria. Because if you couldn't sit there and make your own decision about this movie,
you're contradicting yourself completely, though.
What I am saying is I feel people made the decision. They made the decision they wanted to make.
I think people got caught.
You're the one that's saying you're ignorant. You're the one that say that all of them got caught up in hype. You're the one that's saying all of them. You're saying that all these voters.
Words in my mouth.
Okay, no, I'm not
saying they're ignorant. That's your words.
That's my words.
That's not my words.
That's not your words. But that's what I feel that you're saying to these people.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying
they got caught up in hysteria. That's what happened.
You're just saying a bunch of them are fools then.
They got fooled. They're not fools, they got fooled.
It's going to be interesting in 2020.
Yeah.
Because this argument will completely go away in 2020.
Yeah.
You won't be able to make this argument. If he wins in 2020, you won't be able to make this argument.
Definitely. We'll see how history plays out, though. Yeah. That's how I think it's going to play out.
I think he'll win in 2020.
I don't know.
I think the left keeps hounding on some of these things. They keep hounding on their
I don't think they can win
hypocrisy.
I don't think they can win right now, to be honest with you. I don't see a strong candidate out of the left.
Yeah, they don't really have anybody. I mean, Bernie's the only one right now that really has any backing.
And then they say Elizabeth Warren, but she's not really very generally popular.
No, she hasn't really done anything.
She's kind of like a cult following more than anything. She's not like...
Wasn't she originally part of the Green Party?
I don't know, man. I don't know what she's doing.
Bernie's back to being an independent. Do you think Bernie will try to run?
I think he said he's going to run as an independent next year. I think I saw an article about that.
Yeah, he for Senate.
Yeah. Oh, for Senate he's going to run as an independent? He's not running for president?
Well, you can't next year. Yeah, that'd be 2018. So he's up for re-election.
He's going to run, right?
Yeah, he's going to run as an independent.
They're going to vote for him up there.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I'm just wondering if he runs for president again. Like, what will happen? Like, is he gonna run as a Democrat or is he gonna run as an independent?
I think 2020 is probably one of the best opportunities to have
for a third
party.
Yeah,
but that third party needs to start organizing.
Because Donald Trump barely won the election. He like barely won. He didn't win the popular vote.
No, he never won the popular vote.
Yeah. So, let's talk about movies, man.
Yeah, let's
Why are we
move
talking
on.
about politics? Oh, we could do this all day, though.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about the sexual harassment with that dude James Toback, but I didn't read
a lot of that one.
Yeah, he apparently sexually harassed a lot of people. Like he was kind of second to Harvey Weinstein.
He's like, oh, thank God Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
No one knows who I am.
You hear a blurb like one 24-hour cycle of James Toback, and he just completely goes away.
And then we're like, oh no, back on Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, so like in like 5 years, you bring up James Toback, and you're like, who the fuck is that?
What do you think about Harvey Weinstein? Yeah, Weinstein.
What is this Bill O'Reilly stuff? You put this on here?
Yeah, I was just kind of wanted to talk about it. The sexual harassment against him and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, I guess we can talk about sexual harassment in general, but
I just find it interesting because Megyn Kelly kind of.
I don't know why he weighed in the situation.
What do you mean?
But didn't Bill O'Reilly or somebody like weigh in on the Harvey Weinstein situation? Like Hollywood's like so.
I don't think he did. He probably weighed in.
I felt like
on
he
it.
had a tweet about like. He had a tweet about somebody getting.
But I mean, he's claiming that the New York Times, is lying about this.
About what? The Harvey Weinstein
No,
thing?
about Bill O'Reilly. He's being accused of sexual harassment. Bill O'Reilly. The New York Times.
A new one?
Yeah, a new one.
A new one.
Saying that I guess somebody came out and said that he had done that, or he had created that environment. And in the New York Times, they wrote some article, and a lot of people in the beginning wrote it off. And I would, in my sense, I would immediately write it off as like the New York Times is just trying to, get rid of him. They tried to get rid of him off Fox, and all of a sudden he's still just as popular, and he's just on every show now as an independent person instead of being in Fox. Mm-hmm. And so, like, he was claiming originally that they. What do you call it? That they wrote as a smear, still trying to get rid of him.
I'm sure he doesn't have fans over at New York Times.
No one does. But what I found interesting was that Megyn Kelly had kind of corroborated some of it.
That she got sexually harassed too?
Not by him, but like that she had heard of it happening.
Didn't she get sexually harassed by the other dude? The one that just died recently. What was his name?
Oh, Harvey. No.
Harvey Weinstein. I'm sure she got sexually harassed by him too. He got around.
Roger
Ailes.
Yeah, Roger Ailes.
Wasn't she the one that like got him fired?
No, that was a different Fox host, Gretchen. So she was on in the afternoons. Gretchen, I forget her last name.
I thought you were talking about Greta Van Susteren. What happened to Greta Van Susteren? She just fucking disappeared off the face of the earth.
She disappeared and she went to.
She's a Scientologist, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, her and her husband are Scientologists.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
That is interesting. She like all of a sudden left Fox immediately and then went to NBC like what do you call it?
Day show?
No, that's Megyn Kelly. She went to some like online show or something like that. It was really.
Did she really have fans though? Was anybody really a Greta Van Susteren fan?
Like I think she had a small following because she would like dive deep into like investigative issues and things and like more legal. I think she used to be a lawyer at some point or something like that. So
yeah,
like she would dive. Yeah, so she would dive into.
So she's like
issues.
turning into like Nancy Grace, who's not as crazy.
Maybe I don't know.
You see Nancy? You know who Nancy Grace?
Oh yeah,
is?
I know Nancy Grace.
She's awful.
Annoying. Yeah.
Is she still on TV?
Yeah. Well, she's on that network that no one's watches called HLN. I feel bad saying that because there's somebody on there actually. She just got a show 6 months ago. I think it was around 6 months ago, and I really like her SE Cup. So she's a.
Yeah.
She was on CNN.
I didn't realize she started on MSNBC. I didn't realize she was right wing though when she was on MSNBC.
She started on the Blaze actually.
Did she really? Mm-hmm. No, she was on MSNBC for a while.
She was on MSNBC for a little bit.
Like
she started on the Blaze.
Maybe 2 elections ago.
She was just a contributor at the time.
Yeah, but
she wasn't actually part of it.
Yeah, she wasn't very conservative though.
No, she got like on. Well, she's actually very conservative, but
no, I mean
she's
like
not religious.
At the time that she was on MSNBC, she didn't seem very conservative.
It might have just been the topic because she's like I've been following her for a little while. And she's always been consistently conservative. She's an atheist though, so that might be part of that. Why you might feel that way. It's like a lot of the social issues she's not on board with.
Yeah. So. Anyways. I guess let's talk about Fight Club.
When was the last time you watched Fight Club?
Damn, it's been a good while. Maybe a few years since I saw it. Came out in 1999.
Feels so long ago.
Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, I think I saw it on like HBO when I first saw it. I don't think I saw it in theaters.
I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it as like a rental with friends or something.
Yeah, it was one of those things that I guess you couldn't go see because your parents were. Like,
Yeah, I was too
It was
young.
like a
I
rated
think-
R movie, and
I didn't know about it when I was in theaters, but when it came out, like a buddy of mine had it. He's like, "You got to watch this movie.
yeah,
This is the coolest movie ever."
it was awesome.
Yeah.
It had Tyler Durden and the funny thing is the Edward Norton's character was not originally named or is not named in the movie.
It's not named in the book either.
No, yeah, that's the thing. There was no name for the character.
I don't think Tyler Durden didn't have a name in the book.
Yeah, he did. Why would they have his name in?
I think there's like one that like I think they had the name for the movie because they wouldn't have been able to do
It was Tyler Durden that had the name. It
that had
was
the name. Oh, so the other guy never had a name.
Yeah, the regular just guy.
Because he was always like from his perspective, he was always kind of like a voiceover almost.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was very interesting.
I was gonna say something about that. No, I can't remember. Lost my train of thought, but anyway.
I think that's one of Brad Pitt's best movies. That and Troy.
So many people hate Troy, but I love that movie.
I love Troy. Troy is amazing.
I love the Troy.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's a fucking badass, honestly.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those dudes. Like when women are like, "Oh, I love Brad Pitt," I'm like, "Yeah, I understand that. He's a cool guy."
I get it.
There's some guys when they say that, it's like, really? That's the guy you want to be with? Like,
Did you hear? I heard some story that Brad Pitt was about to cheat on. No, he was about to cheat with Mike Tyson's wife at the time, but it didn't happen.
yes, I've heard.
you
I've heard
hear
Mike
that?
Tyson tell that story.
Yeah, I thought that was.
You ever
wild.
hear Mike Tyson's like stand-up story?
Yeah, he's like some monologue or something that he does, right?
Yeah, it was an HBO special, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like a stand-up comedy, but he just kind of tells.
It was
his
like the
life
Charlie
story.
Sheen thing, but it's like better.
Charlie Sheen thing.
Remember when Charlie Sheen went crazy? He started like doing the stand-up kind of thing. Like he went in.
No, I don't remember that at all.
He went into like theaters and like just stood up there and talked, and it was like a big flop.
I don't remember that.
It
at
was
all.
right when the Tiger Blood stuff started happening, when he got fired from 2.5 Men.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to any of that. The only part I got out of that is winning. I love saying that.
Yeah, he started touring
Yeah, he started
around,
touring.
and like people would like boo him off stage and stuff like that. It was just like wasn't as successful as the Mike Tyson thing.
You saw the Mike Tyson thing though, right?
No, I hadn't seen it yet.
You need to watch that because there's like it sounds like stupid him doing it, but
I
it's
think he's
honestly
really, like, funny
it's one
guy.
of the. It's not meant to be funny. His story is amazing.
Yeah.
But he tells that story about Brad Pitt. It's like Pretty Boy. It is so funny the way he tells it because he's like,
And did Brad Pitt not have sex? Like he caught him before they started having sex, or like he just like drove off as soon as he saw Mike Tyson?
no, because he shows. I think he says something along the lines like, I don't know which one I should be fucking or something like that. Because Brad Pitt was so pretty at the time. He was so young. He says something along that line. And it's so funny. He's like, yeah, I'm not certain which one of them I'm supposed to be attracted to or something along that.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta watch that.
Tyler Durden. He'll forever be Tyler Durden and Achilles.
And Achilles, yes.
I like how he didn't do an accent in that. Like he didn't even try to do an accent.
Yeah, but what would be that accent at the time? Like they don't speak English.
Right, but most of the actors were English.
Yeah, most.
Like,
yeah, you're right.
Orlando Bloom and I forget the guy who played Hector. I don't know his name. And what is that guy's name? The old dude that played Agamemnon.
With the white beard, yeah.
Brian Cox. I think that was Brian Cox.
What's her name is German. The one that played his love interest when they're going to war over. I forget her name.
Helen of Troy is German.
Not Helen. Is it Helen?
It had to be Helen. That was who the war was fought over.
Oh yeah, it's Helen of Troy. The
She
woman
was
who plays.
hot. She was a hot one.
The woman. She's in Inglourious Bastards.
Is she really?
Yeah, she plays the actress in the bar.
Okay. I have to see Inglourious Bastards again. I hadn't seen that in a
You
while.
haven't seen that in a long time. That's one of my favorite
I think
movies.
the last time I saw it was when like maybe a couple years after it came out.
Such a great Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, that's a good Brad. I mean, that wasn't a Brad Pitt movie, was it?
He was the main
se?
character.
Was he the main character? They had a
Absolutely.
bunch of main characters.
They had a lot of main characters,
Michael
but he-
Fassbender.
But the story revolved around him
I think.
because they were the bastards.
Well, no, it had like it was a Quentin Tarantino movie. That's why I said like everything's done in kind of episodes. It was why I say like there was more than one main character.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
like Pulp Fiction, there's no one main character. I would say probably Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta were the main characters in that, since they were in almost every episode.
I guess I say that because the majority of the storyline revolves around the bastards, and he leads the bastards.
Yeah,
so that's why I kind of say he's the main character, because he's the main story focus.
Yeah,
but that's a really good movie. You should watch that movie
definitely
again.
So, all right. Well, it's about that time. This has been the Applesauce Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, hope you enjoy it.
See you next time.
See you next week.